So the Bulls look like a team tonight that was playing the second night of a back-to-back on the road against a playoff team. That said, the Bulls actually made this game somewhat interesting in the third quarter when they finally found some energy, finally started playing defense and got stops in a game where you thought the Magic were going to run the Bulls for a 40-point win going up 27 or whatever it was, and the Bulls made it somewhat more respectable, bringing it down to 12 at one point, but it just wasn't enough against one of the best defensive teams in the league, where the Bulls really struggled to get good looks, getting rejected at the rim, turning the ball over incessantly. Also didn't help that the Bulls were without Patrick Williams and Jalen Smith against one of the biggest teams in basketball. With the amount of guys they have over 6'10", makes it an incredibly hard matchup for the Bulls when your starting lineup consists of 4 guards, limited defensive players as well, and then you also don't have your backup 5 to actually help out on the glass in the second unit. So second night of a back-to-back, matchup nightmare. You knew this likely wasn't going to be a game that the Bulls were winning. I'll tell you what though, it was great seeing Lonzo Ball back in action even in the limited minutes that we saw him. It's actually insane the instant impact Lonzo has the minute he comes onto the court. Bulls got off to a slow start where the Magic were getting whatever they wanted. Lonzo comes in, gets a steal, and a transition assist on the breakaway. In just 15 minutes of play, he tallied 4 steals and 2 blocks to go along with 3 assists and 2 threes. Like in a game where the Bulls got blown out and were down for this entire game, Lonzo still managed to be a +7 on the night. And for someone who didn't play in garbage time, where the Bulls went on that little mini run when the game was over, Lonzo's impact is just palpable, and the Bulls are actually 22.8 points per 100 possessions better when Lonzo Ball is on the court. Again, limited sample size when Lonzo's only played 4 games so far this season, but it's just incredible how much he impacts the game on both ends of the floor for the Bulls. I tweeted this during the game in that first half, but man, what could have been had Lonzo Ball never gotten injured? I'm not saying the Bulls would be winning championships, but with the right pieces that they could have built from that 2021 team, you never know. But anyway, great to see Lonzo back after missing quite a bit of time, and also to just see him come back and not really missing a beat in his level of play. We also got to see some solid minutes from Buzelis in this game, since the Bulls absolutely needed his size. I actually would have preferred to see Modest start in this game, given the matchup problems with the Magic and their size, but I can live with the fact that we saw him get a season high in minutes, played 25 minutes tonight. He did struggle a bit from the floor, went 2 for 7 overall, but was impactful on the defensive end and getting some key stops for the Bulls in that third quarter to sort of bring this game back to respectability. Modest, as always, aggressive, hustles, fights for loose balls. He did fall out of the game, which again is something he's going to have to work on over time, is how to remain aggressive on defense without committing fouls. But I like the hustle. I like the effort that he displays on that end of the floor. Now, not good games for both Coby White and Zach Lavine tonight. In a game where you really needed their offense and their 3-point shooting, they both combined for just 17 points on 6 for 19 shooting. Give the Magic and their defense a ton of credit. They focused on the Bulls' 2 most lethal scorers, who have shown time and again that if they get hot, the Bulls, more often than not, are going to win games. But they shut those guys down, limited their looks on the perimeter with double teams, and making it difficult for both Zach and Coby to penetrate inside. Zach was better in the sense that he was able to generate offense despite his shot not falling, putting up a season-high 10 assists. Coby, just not a good game for him all around. Had 5 turnovers, shot 3 for 10, 2 for 7 from 3, a -29 when he was on the court. Don't get me wrong, I love Coby White, and I'm still proven wrong most days with what I thought of Coby when he first joined the league, but that inconsistency in his play still creeps in and out again here and there, with these wild swings in his overall performance from game to game. It's obviously nothing like it was back in his second or third year, but you'll still have these games where Coby looks like a bona fide all-star, and then he'll follow it up with a stinker where he just looks like an inefficient high-volume shooter. Nikola Vucevic, an okay game back at his old home, another 19 points on 8 for 20 shooting. The bigs were just a little too much for him in this game. He did have 11 rebounds and 4 assists though. Dosunmu was great in this one, seems to finally be getting his offensive efficiency back. Tonight he went 10 for 12 to finish with 21 points. And then Josh Giddey, man, Giddey actually got less playing time than Buzelis did tonight. He didn't have a bad game per se, but it just kind of goes back to teams going after Giddey on offense because they know it's going to be an easy bucket. He's being targeted when he's on the floor. Now, to Giddey's credit, I thought that he actually played with more effort on that end of the floor than we've seen in past games, but he just doesn't have the athleticism and lateral quickness to be an even average defender in this league. And then just bad turnovers in this game from Giddey as well. He did go 5 for 6 overall on his scoring, 2 for 3 from 3 with 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Like I said, not a bad game, but it is a problem when the guy continues to be targeted from game to game. Hey, EJ Liddell had some solid minutes for the Bulls coming off the bench, with the Bulls being shorthanded in the front court. Also, Talen Horton-Tucker, it's almost funny how good he is at scoring the basketball and how he can score so quickly. 20 points, I believe most of that came in the fourth quarter of garbage time, 20 points on 8 shots. You know who didn't have an efficient night, and probably why Magic fans aren't hitting me up in my DMs on Twitter even after the Bulls lost? Their boy Franz Wagner, who, I'll be honest, has been killing it recently, especially with Paolo Banchero being out, but he put up 21 points on 20 shots, shot 7 for 20 overall, 1 for 6 from 3. Looked like he was going to be putting up a 40 or 50 piece with the way the game started, him having 11 points in the first few minutes, but then went cold after that. Whatever, the Magic got the last laugh because at the end of the day, they won the game. On to the next one for the Bulls, where their schedule does not get any easier. Their final cup game on Friday against the Boston Celtics. Let's see if they can somehow pull out a win. Hope you all have a very happy, great Thanksgiving celebrating with your family and friends. And as always, guys, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.